Good evening. The news. Seychelles is now ranked in 34th position on the World Press Freedom Index, a drop of 21 places compared to last year's ranking of 13th globally. This ranking places Seychelles in fourth place on the African continent after Namibia, South Africa, and Cape Verde. Norway still ranks first worldwide. The director for sub-Saharan countries at Reporters Without Borders, Sadibou Marong, says that Seychelles is still within the group of countries with a satisfactory record in terms of environment that favors the practice of journalism, but there are issues which have affected negatively its ranking for this year.
Seychelles generally has been at the top of the ranking in Africa, even in the world also. The country has had a tradition, a very huge tradition, strong tradition of stability, press freedom, yes, all these elements also, even in the economic, cultural, how the media works. All those factors have been analyzed in recent years. What we have seen, what might explain the decline of the ranking of Seychelles last year, we have seen two journalists who have been removed from the list of attendees of a press conference of the president, and that was a kind of attacks of the press freedom. And at that time, that situation has been denounced by either the union or the association. It was a kind of dark task in an environment which was seen for so long time as an enabling environment for journalists. In Seychelles, it's really alarming. I mean, the way political actors and politicians, they are using social media, or politician supporters, they are using social media so as, to defend, or sometimes to hijack journalists' work, or sometimes to disinform. And this is also a kind of sometimes disinformation, a lot of disinformation and propaganda using social, and even hijacking journalists, independent journalists' decent work.
The maternal health program and the mental health services in the Ministry of Health are implementing a project jointly to give support to pregnant women. This aims to improve the mental health care and well-being amongst expecting mothers and their family before, during, and after birth. The project was launched in a ceremony this morning under the theme Stronger Together.
Moods could be low, could be high. Anxiety, depression are all some of these common problems that mothers can experience during their pregnancy and even a year or two after childbirth. According to the World Health Organization, the prevalence of mental health disorders amongst women during their pregnancy is in the perinatal period is around 1 in 6. That is significantly high, and it can go even to about 20% of all mothers. Hence, the magnitude of the challenge with mental health amongst women in Seychelles is difficult to ascertain at this point in time. So addressing mental health could play an important role in addressing the maternal and child health strategy. Integrating maternal mental health into our primary health program or care has a potential for us to identify and address the mental health gaps among women through prevention, early detection, treatment, and maternal health complications.
Primary school teachers on Mahé have been acquainted with the framework of professional competency standards for teachers and other relevant documents which will guide their career path. This was during a workshop at the Seychelles Institute of Teachers Education this morning. This is part of continuous professional development holiday workshops for teachers. A similar exercise has already been carried out for secondary school teachers.
The framework of competency standards is arranged in 3 interrelated domains covering professional attributes, professional knowledge and understanding, professional skills. The framework of competency standards is progressive, reflecting the progression expected of teachers in all the 3 domains developed, and they demonstrate increasing effectiveness in their roles.
In 2015, the mangrove swamps at Polune were considered to be a dead zone due to deterioration of the forest. However, with years of conservation work, the mangrove ecosystem in the area has been restored, a project undertaken by the Department of Environment in collaboration with Constance Ephilia Resort. A group of environmental experts from the Western Indian Ocean region visited the site as part of a workshop to discuss the restoration and protection of mangroves and seagrass in the region. The workshop was organized by the Indian Ocean Commission in collaboration with the Department of Environment and the University of Seychelles.
People are working in isolation a bit, despite the networks, despite the knowledge or internet nowadays. People still remain quite in isolation. So when you put them all into the same room, first it strengthens the regional network, like the mangrove regional network or the seagrass regional network, but it's also strengthened every individual, and that's how we can also elaborate plans together and foster scientific and technical cooperation in the field. What I was expecting, it's exchange, in the room, but outside the room. And I think for that it's been successful.
We've come to the end of this news summary. Thank you for watching.